Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're watching from today.
Had an impressive seeding from them this year, I would say. But I would think that this match is probably going to be a lot closer than people would be expecting on paper, just because of the fact that both of these teams have completely opposite skill sets. And I'm expecting, for the most part, a pretty one-sided affair for both teams on their picks for a majority of the match, up until probably the last one pick or so from both of the teams.
Yeah, I think like a lot of what this pool offers doesn't really give. It means that both teams have got good picks to start off, but as you said, once we get into those later maps, you really it really could come down to coin flips, and we could see a breakpoint potentially from New Zealand. But then again, on the flip side, Thailand also have some very good potential. There's a lot of sort of gimmicky, low approach rate maps that they're definitely going to take advantage of, and some interesting stuff in free mod that I think definitely plays to some of their strengths. So this could be a tough one. It's a tough one to call for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. As we can see the rolls on that coming out. New Zealand opting for the second pick. Thailand going to be opting for that first ban, and of course, they're going to be taking out tapping. Thailand going to be aiming to get rid of these tapping-intensive maps, things like the DT2, things like the Nomod 2, things like DT3. And that's as far as it goes, most of the tapping in the pool. There's, of course, still flow aim to consider for New Zealand, which is something they are also quite comfortable on, but something that Thailand is not bad at themselves. The ban from New Zealand, of course, is going to be into that low AR. They're going to opt for the Hidden 2 instead of the Nomod 4. Yes, the Nomod 4 this week is an AR8 map in Nomod instead of being in the free mod pool. And that tech skill set is going to be elsewhere in the pool, primarily in Nomod 2 and Heart of 1, if I'm remembering correctly. But yeah, pretty expected bans. I mean, stock standard stuff, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty much what I predicted to be. The Hidden 2, compared to the Nomod 4, it's much longer, it's much more flow based, but it's only like 160 BPM, so it's definitely a lot tougher to consistently FC. So it's an understandable ban from New Zealand, and then obviously Thailand banning that DT2. It's a finger control stamina hybrid, so yes, you may have strong finger control players, but you don't tend to have ones that are on the quite same level with the stamina. It's just a very tricky map. Definitely one of the harder maps of this pool. So it's an understandable ban.
Absolutely. And first pick here from Thailand. I'm expecting, obviously, a Nomod 4 at some point in the match. Whether or not they will first pick it is yet to be desired. We'll have to find out as they think about their first pick. The fact that they haven't already picked it leads me to believe they're probably going to go for something else here to start things off, but we'll see. They have some options. I think alt is a good spot for them to start. Thailand, quite a consistent alt team. But no, they are actually going to stick with the guns and go straight into probably their most convincing pick of this match, and it is going to be the Nomod 4, the AR8 in the Nomod pool for the week.
Yeah, the Nomod 4, it's that AR reading type map that is definitely going to play to Thailand's strengths. It's got a lot of like overlapping aim, and you'll see it when you get into it. It's 185 BPM, which is quite comfortable. If it was just about the aim elements, I'd probably lean more towards New Zealand maybe taking this, but because it's that AR8 and it's very, very dense reading, I can't see New Zealand picking this one up, unless they play out of their minds. They do have AR8 players, but I don't think they can put up a 4-man roster for something like this compared to Thailand.
Yeah, I think I would agree for the most part. They've definitely got a couple players in there that really like the AR8. I know Aussie in specific, who I'm assuming is definitely going to come in, assuming he's practiced it, is quite a fan of the AR8. Buff Corel, not too bad, not a big fan of it, but definitely can play AR8 pretty well for the most part. Zuma, of course, Zuma, he can kind of just play everything. And my question for Zuma today is, are we going to see him step up? Because, we've seen some of the other players from New Zealand the past couple weeks, both in the qualifiers and round of 32, kind of kick it up for New Zealand, specifically Saikyu and Kim Suye kind of putting on a show for New Zealand. So whether or not Zuma can maybe step things up today, see if he can get a good score on the board. They definitely don't have a terrible roster, but like you said, I don't think it's going to be a confident 4 by any stretch of the imagination. So we are going to have Zuma, Buffkrell, Aussie, and Kyujin in for the Nomad 4 here, up against Lespri, Kadama, Chests, and Depi Force. Kind of the roster we expected here from Thailand. Lespri, of course, I mean, complete monster. This guy just carried last week, and I'm excited to see if he can do the same again.
Yeah, so you've got your players to keep an eye on. Zuma, Lespri are the ones to watch. As we get into this, we see Aussie with a very early break. Buff Corral also going to be finding a miss. But it's fine, it's adjustment. Zuma going to be finding an early miss, though. Already, New Zealand not off to the start they wanted. But it's adjustment, it's fine. There's lots of time left. But Yujin going to be dropping that final FC. Chess going to be finding a miss. Lots of misses coming in now. Les Perry going to be finding one as well. But it's still very much in Thailand's favour. With Zuma and Buff Corral. Never mind, just Buff Corral holding the combo.
This is what's to be expected of this map, as Thailand find a 4-way reset. New Zealand did as well not too long ago. Kyujin has the biggest combo in the lobby right now at 120. And it's pretty interesting, because usually we see this map played with hitters, but it is no mod in this pool, and I think it actually might lend to making the map a little more difficult for some players. The density on these approach circles is just kind of ludicrous. As we get into this really funny sort of 1-2-3 overlap section here, quite a bit of aim in here as well. Everyone unable to hold a combo. It's just Aussie and Lespri with any sort of combo, and it's 20k in the advantage for Thailand, as things are gonna be at a stalemate, I think, for a little bit here until someone can build up a considerable amount of combo.
Breaks coming in for New Zealand, but Thailand also struggling a bit more, but they are starting to make a bit of headway.
Aussie.
With the score difference, but there really is not a lot. But Aussie kind of popping off right now. A miss from Les Perry would really help New Zealand, but I'm not sure that they're going to get it with so little time left.
Yeah, just not enough time. Aussie putting on his best performance there for the second half of that map, but the combo from Lespri and Chests combined was enough to sort of stave off that advance from Aussie. Puts up the top performance in the lobby by about 100,000 points, so very, very good stuff from him, but just not really the 4-man roster for New Zealand on something like that. As we mentioned before, just the 4-man for Thailand is going to be more comfortable. New Zealand has some AR8 players, but just not a strong enough 4-man, I think, to beat Thailand on a really difficult AR8 like that.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the scores, you can definitely see exactly what you thought. You see Chests and Kadama pushing 400k scores. Buff Corral managed to get 400k as well with a good accuracy, but the combos just were not strong. They could not hold a combo. Everyone on Thailand got almost 200 at a minimum, and it was only Aussie actually who got 200 combo for New Zealand on that one. So very, very understandable. And this mod 3, okay, I can understand this a little bit. This is the 240 BPM one, correct?
Yes, it is. Yes, this is speed. Yeah. Completely forgot.
Yeah, so understandable. I'm surprised they're going into this first. I would have thought they would have maybe tried the DT3, but it is very aimey and has got a lot of quintuples mixed in, so maybe they don't want to start out with that just yet, but this is also a solid pick for New Zealand.
Yeah, I think this is a fantastic pick. I mean, it was either going to be this or the DT3 first. This is going to be, if you're used to kind of the old style of standard pooling, where you'd have a no mod 5 as speed, and that was kind of the same thing every week. This is pretty much that type of map in the free mod pool here. So kind of just raw 240 speed, a lot of quints, a lot of triples, a couple longer patterns mixed in. But as far as things go, I absolutely think this is going to be kind of the same story as No Mod 4, but flipped on its head. I think New Zealand are going to have a much stronger 4-man roster, and Thailand are going to struggle to find that 4th player that's going to be comfortable, possibly even a 3rd.
Yeah, but you talked about players like Zuma and things needing to step up this week, and I agree with that fact. I think if the wrong players aren't performing for New Zealand, you know, Thailand have still got a good 3-man roster for this. Good performances from them could flip this map in the early stage, so they've got to be hot on it today. We did see some improved performances from New Zealand. in the round of 32 compared to the qualifiers. But it's whether they can keep it up and get some good scores on the board. I think that this one is really going to decide how this match goes, even at this early stage.
Yeah, look, I think if New Zealand drop a tapping pick, or if Thailand drop a reading pick, that may be, like, the determining factor for the outcome of this match, just straight up. Because, I mean, both of these teams have such confident picks, and if you were to lose one of them, not only does it put you behind a break point, which is terrible considering you only have a few really good picks in the pool, it also is not great for the mental going forward in the match. So, you know, if you're rooting for a close one, you're definitely rooting for New Zealand here to take their first pick. It's going to be Saikyu, It's Going Up, Zuma, and Hyujin. Hyujin, by the way, is a name change from Kim Suye. Did forget to mention that. Going up against Thailand with Lesperi, Kendama, Arigato, and Chests.
So we see the mods coming out, and a bit of an over mod from Thailand, which is interesting. Kendama and Chests both opting for the hidden on this. Arigato, of course, taking the required hard rock. And then you've got Saikyu for hard rock, and then you've got Zuma on the hidden. Some interesting mod combinations. We'll see if it plays with Thailand. It's a bit of a risk, but it's an understandable risk to try and make up that score difference. As we see some breaks coming in, we had Arigato and It's Going Up to start things off.
Yeah, sometimes it even can come down to just a bit of comfort. You know, maybe those players are feeling comfortable on hidden, which is fair sometimes. Arigato finding another break there. So it's still 3 FCs, 2-3. Of course, Saikyu on the hard rock. To be expected, the way that guy played on those free mods last week with the hard rock was pretty insane. Chests finds a big drop. 2 FCs now for Thailand. Still 3 for New Zealand as It's Going Up starts to bring... Never mind, Chests was Bancho. Not a drop, not a drop. Still, practically 3 FCs to 3 here. Chests very close to an FC, a little bit combo away, and It's Going Up, building up a strong recovery combo, so this is going to favor them heavily as Chests. Is that a real one? That looks like a real drop. Yep, so 2 FCs now for Thailand, going up against a near 4 FCs. It's Going Up, making a very strong recovery.
Yeah, Arigato really struggling on this hard rock here. And so the accuracy dropping to 86 compared to the other hard rock, Saikyu on the 98. That is making a big difference in score. It's almost 300k right now. Kendama going to be dropping with full combo, which is not good. It just leaves them no mod up for Thailand. It's Going Up is going to find a reset though, but that's not the big drop. Zuma did drop as well with the hidden. Forgot to mention that one, but it is still 2 FCs on either side, but it is definitely still New Zealand favored. And look at Saikyu go on this 240 BPM hard rock.
Yeah, I mean, this guy, he did it last week on the free mods with hard rock. He's just so comfortable on hard rock. And, you know, he's going to be pulling his team over the line so far in this map. We're about into the last third now. It's going to be Saikyu and Hyujin holding onto those FCs. If there is anyone who can do it for Thailand, though, it is Lesperi, as he continues to hold on to the FC. But, I mean, if these players on New Zealand keep holding onto their combos, which looks to be the case, I don't think it's going to matter. They have way too big of a score lead already. And poor Arigato, man. I mean, it's very clear that they've thrown him in here on the hard rock just to tank the mod. And it is what it is. It just is what it is sometimes. He can't play it, but, you know, it's better for him to tank the hard rock than for one of the more comfortable players to be forced onto it. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, we said before, Thailand, they've got a solid 3-man roster for this sort of speedier map, but they do not have the 4-man. So somebody had to tank the mod. And unfortunately, yeah, that's just how it goes in free mod. If you don't have a 4-man, somebody will tank the mod, and you'll just have everyone else just try and carry it through. But it didn't work out for Thailand on this one, but that is okay. And Hyujin finding a reset right at the end, but Saikyu is going to FC with hard rock.
Yeah, that's
nuts.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, that's really nuts from Saikyu there. Almost 4 minutes of just relentless 240 BPMs tapping, and Saikyu pulls home the hard rock FC. As well as Lesperi coming in with the big no-mod FC. I think that's what they were banking on, was probably Lesperi and Kendama to try and pull it over the line. It's the best they could have put up. They did their best. It just wasn't close to enough. I mean, New Zealand looked way more comfortable. Zuma as well with the S rank. Hyujin coming in with the 850k. So just some very, very good scores from New Zealand, especially on like a 4-minute map there.
Yeah, and it's hard looking at the MP not to see such a one-sided affair. I think the Psyche Kyujin combo there was just too much for Thailand to really combat. There's not really much else to talk about there, as Thailand are ready for their next pick. It's Hidden One.
Yeah, and you got a feel for Arigato. I mean, they definitely weren't put on the team to play speed by the looks of it, and it just happens to be one of those cases where, you know, hey, we don't have a strong fourth for this map. Can someone come in and tank it with Hard Rock so that we can play easier mods? And Arigato put his hand up, probably did their best to practice it and try and get, you know, maybe some resemblance of a decent score, but it's just, yeah, it's just how it goes. So New Zealand picking up their first pick very, very convincingly. And now moving into the Hidden One here, as you mentioned, from Thailand. Not one I was expecting maybe so early, but it does make sense. I think the Hidden One is a great pick for them.
Yeah, this kind of like high density aim. You know, it's quite speedy, but those 1/3 cut streams are quite nasty. There's just a lot of like pan alternation with this kind of map. You know, it just changes a lot, which makes it perfect for like a hidden map, but a nightmare to try and full combo in a tournament.
Yeah, I mean, so like you said, some of these like 1/3 cut patterns are very, very brutal. And I think there's a few streams in here, if I remember correctly, towards the latter half of the map, which get a little brutal at this BPM. If I'm remembering the correct map, I believe it is this map. But yeah, I mean, just a lot of 240 BPM aim and a couple of awkward angles. It's definitely not out of the question for New Zealand. I think they could absolutely put decent scores up on the board on something like this. It is AR 9.2, probably a little bit below what they're going to be super comfortable playing, but I mean, they do have players that are very comfortable on this AR. Aussie again coming in. We saw his performance on that AR8. Loves Hidden, so going to be in for this one. Buff Corel, quite good at maps like this. Zoomer, of course, going to be able to play it. Kyujin has had great performances on almost everything he's been put in for, so I don't doubt their roster, but I mean, Thailand, Lesbury, of course, we've seen how he's been performing. Depi Force as well, coming in as not one of the supposed best players on Thailand, but has been putting up phenomenal scores through the round of 32. So excited to see them come in for this one as well.
Yeah, and Thailand gonna drop some early score over to New Zealand with the early breaks. It went Lesperry, then Chests, then Kadama. Whereas we had a slight reset from Aussie, but that's fine. This map requires a bit of adjustment, especially after coming off the free mod. And they see double break there for New Zealand. Aussie, Kyujin, Chests also going to be finding a reset. So looking New Zealand favoured in the first quarter of the map, but we got a long way to go. Buff Corel and Depi Force are down.
And you can see everyone actually alternating. You can see some of these aim patterns followed and mixed in by triples at 244 BPM. It can start to turn into a little bit of a speed map if you're not careful. But with a lot of these players alternating, they will be absolutely fine hitting these triples. It is, I believe, Zuma, the only one actually single tapping. Yeah, so I mean, to be expected from the guy. But yeah, Lesbury holding the FC hit for Thailand. Zuma as well with the FC. Everyone else trying to pull up some recovery combos. It is very slightly going to favor Thailand at this point in time, as we are about halfway through the map, and the score lead is going to slowly make its way towards Thailand, as eyes are right now on Lesbury and Zuma as we get into this next section.
Yeah, Depi Force, though, going to be slowing that down and actually flipping it the other way, but Buff Corel straight in with a miss there, so still Thailand favoured. Big drops, though. Kyujin, Zuma, Chest, Kadama dropping as well. It's Lesperry versus Aussie, but Lesperry has the advantage. No, they're both gone. Lesbury. It's
oh my god.
Full way reset. No one's got anything right now, but Thailand hold the lead with a quarter of the map left. And this could go either way.
8-way reset at the 3/4 mark. I didn't even see what they missed on. I was staring at the combos. That is a full reset for everyone in the lobby. Now New Zealand have the combo lead. It is going to swing into their favor. They have about... Oh no, they've lost it. Aussie and Zuma find misses back over to Thailand. The 200 combo from Lesbury and Kadama is enough to take down Buff Corel's combo. but it's very close. 20k.
Kadama.
Kadama finds a miss. That's really big. It's gonna stay about
Perry,
even.
oh
Let's
my God.
misses. Buffgirl holds. Buffgirl misses. It's just so Kyujin. What is this? The last little few seconds of the map. Thailand take it by 10k. That was ridiculous. I could not have called that if I tried. What the hell was that ending? Oh my god, man.
Oh my goodness, just absolute insanity. At the end, it was Depi4's Buff Corel trying to like hold on to something, but then they both broke simultaneously, and there was nothing left. But Thailand had the advantage going into that final quarter, and that was all that did it. That was ridiculous. But it's one of those situations where I feel like Thailand might have gotten through the worst of their kind of flip picks. They seem to have picked into maps where it's like could win, could lose, but they've not been winning by a massive amount of team score. It was 28,000 on their first pick and has dropped to just 13,000 on that second pick. So New Zealand are pushing hard right now to get a break point.
Was it actually that close on the first map? I didn't even realize it was that close. That's crazy.
It was insanely close.
I didn't even realize it was that damn close. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, that hidden one, like we said, there was definitely potential for New Zealand to bring a break point. It's something that Thailand are good at, but it's not something that New Zealand couldn't play. Evidently, that was ridiculously close. It was such chaos towards the end, and no one could hold a combo. That was just complete chaos. But I mean, the expected pick here from New Zealand now as they go into DT3. Thailand barely edging out their picks, but it doesn't matter. It's still 2 points. Whether you win by 1,000 or you win by 1 million, they still have 2 points on the board. And now New Zealand, I imagine, are also probably going to have 2 points on the board, but probably by a much larger margin. If things go according to how they should on paper.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a very much repeat of what we saw on the 3v3. I'd be very surprised to see any kind of difference on this. I know it's a different type of map. You know, you're very much looking at the bursts in this kind of speedy raw aim map. You know, they're 270 BPM jumps. So it's very much similar to the qualifier DT1, but the jumps, the spacing on this is just much higher in comparison. But
this is DT1. My apologies. I did think this was DT3.
Well, no, it's DT3. I'm saying it's similar to the DT1.
Oh, it is DT3. Okay.
Yeah. No, you're not going insane.
I thought I was going insane. Well, Dimash, here's how Thailand can win. I think.
That was joke.
I do think, literally though, I think Thailand can win, and here is how. L'Esprit FCs and the big combos on New Zealand drop, and they max out at like 600k. L'Esprit FCs, and maybe they pull out the win by a very small margin, but then you're still even hoping for some of the supporting combos on New Zealand to kind of have really low roll plays. So it's difficult for Thailand. It's a very difficult map for them to try and win, but they're going to give it their best shot as we get into this one. Arigato in again, and of course you can already see the struggles early on. It is the 3 FCs from Thailand up against the 4 FCs from New Zealand, and yeah, Arigato not having the greatest time, and you got to feel for the guy, man.
Yeah, Arigato's really, he's unfortunately just trying to be the fourth man, not really caring about match costs, just trying to get a good accuracy, I think, on this. But Psyche units going up, going to be finding some breaks. Chest's going to be swapping it out, though. Kyujin finding a miss. Kadama, though. So it is, yeah, it's Les Perry versus Zuma. And this has some potential for Thailand if they can get some good recovery combo going. A break from Zuma would really throw things into the works. But again, yeah, it's a tall order.
Okay, maybe the narrative is starting to come true here a little bit. Exactly what I said. Everyone on New Zealand kind of caps out at maybe 600k and L'Esprit FCs. Is that going to be the case, though, is the question, as it is going over towards Thailand. These supporting combos from Kadama and Chests are doing work, as well as the FC from L'Esprit. Combos starting to build from New Zealand, though. Psyche, it's going up. making some nice recoveries, but it is going in the way of Thailand, even with practically just 3 scores on the board right now. Arigato's still not having a great time. But Lespri, all on his shoulders as we get into the final third here. If he FCs, there is absolutely a chance, but Chests finds a big miss traded by Zuma.
Yeah, Thailand really need a supporting combo, so it's really going to be on Kadama now to hold into this last quarter. Chess didn't have good accuracy, so there was only so much that combo could have done. But Kadama has good accuracy, but you still are expecting Psyche would have to break, I think, or it's going up. One of them has to find a break for Thailand to flip this. They don't have a lot of time left.
They really don't. There's about a sixth of the map remaining, and there goes Lespri on the burst into the final PI, and that is definitely going to seal it. Unfortunately, the FC from Lespri was the only hope really they had of taking this break point. It's going up, finds a miss. Psyche found a reset, so there was a chance there. If Lespri did hold on, it absolutely could have maybe been enough. Looking at the score difference, I unfortunately don't think it would have been, but it would have been quite close. It definitely would have been about within 100k, I think, if Lespri did pull out the FC, but it still wouldn't have been enough. Nonetheless, there's the silver lining there for Thailand. So New Zealand take the expected pick, albeit at a much closer margin this time round in comparison to the free mod 3.
Yeah, definitely. Les Perry going absolutely insane on that map. But yeah, it's kind of hard to favor Thailand on those sorts of maps. They're definitely going to have to. They're going to have to just wait until the right map comes up, because there's still the DT1 to go, which I think will be New Zealand's third pick. So they're really banking on that last pick from New Zealand to maybe try and flip it, because DT1's going to be more of the same of what we saw in DT3. So I don't see any change here, but this is interesting. This is our, I believe, custom song for this pool. It's Free Mod 1. Do you want to take us through this?
Yeah, so this is our Osu original for the round of 16 here, the Free Mod 1. Big ups to Toromaru for making this song for the Oz World Cup. Ebb Tide, absolute banger. This one is going to be pretty much doubles, doubles, and more doubles, followed by a little bit of polyrhythm. So this one is a lot of finger control, a lot of accuracy testing, a little bit of a speed check if you're a slow player. Some of these, quads and the repeated doubles could definitely get to your stamina when it comes to, being able to keep up with tapping them over and over and over. But it is just doubles galore, this one. And I think this is a decent pick from Thailand. I think they've always been pretty good on these gimmicky kinds of maps. Will they have a really strong fourth for this? I'm not sure. Depiforce, actually, probably is going to be the best choice for them. A great tech player, great ult player. I think he will do fine in this slot here, but New Zealand, they're going to have Kit coming in for his first map of the match. And yeah, going to be joined by Zuma, Psyche, Aussie going up against Lespri, Kadama, and Chests, as well as Depiforce, as I mentioned. So yeah, excited to get into the Osu original. I think the first time we're seeing it this week. I don't believe we saw this one in the Philippines-Romania matchup.
No, I don't think we did. And that is always lovely to see. But yeah, it's this is a decent Thailand pick. But New Zealand have got the roster to try and flip this. And we saw, with every map that Thailand played, they nearly lost them, especially with the last one. So I think, again, this has the potential to be a very small margin victory. As you already see the first break coming in for Thailand. I've had an adjustment. But you can see the modding. Both teams are opting for the overmod on this. 2 hard rocks for New Zealand, and we see a break from Zuma on the no mod. Aussie coming in with the hidden. We've got Kadama with hidden hard rock, Chess with the hidden, and Depiforce with the hidden.
Yeah, huge overmods here on both sides. Thailand going to have the slight mod advantage just because of the additional hidden on top of Kadama's hard rock, but at the moment it's not really going to be changing too much about this score difference. About 10k in the favor of New Zealand, and we're only about a third of the way through the map. So yeah, it's still the 3-way FC hit from Thailand and a 3-way FC from New Zealand. It's just that extra little bit of combo from Zuma here that's making the difference. Depiforce though finds a miss, and that's going to start to swing things more favorably towards New Zealand. Psyche Aussie drop though both of them gone. It's just Kit on the Hard Rock to hold on to the FC, finds a miss as well, and now it's just Lespri, and it's the guy who always does it, who always finds the FCs and puts up the huge scores, in with the only FC right now, and it's gonna swing over to Thailand, and the question is whether or not he can continue to hold, because if he can, it's gonna be a very convincing win.
Yes, looking at Lespri, the one player who's been performing absolutely incredibly these last 2 weeks, and with the breaks coming in from New Zealand, that might not change. Kadama going to be finding a reset, it's going to slow it down, but Lespri going off on the Nomad right now. And I'm not sure this overmod has really worked out for New Zealand, but Depi Force coming in with some good supporting combo on the hidden and quarter of the map left, and I'm not sure that New Zealand could find a way into this without a break from Lespri.
Lespri getting through those streams there. The streams that I was thinking about were in this map, not in the hidden one. There they were. There they were. Those are kind of decently higher BPM streams, but Lespri getting through them no problem, as New Zealand are trying their best to make a recovery, but Lespri still got that FC, and the recoveries from Thailand are just much stronger than New Zealand's. It's only Psyche to hold. Meanwhile, Lespri on the FC, 2 huge supporting combos from Depi Force and Chests. And yeah, I mean, this is just textbook stuff from Thailand and textbook work from Lespri, the man himself. I mean, we saw what this guy's capable of. Number 4 on overall statistics for round of 32, and I think he was pretty stupidly high in qualifiers as well, considering he's mainly known for being extremely good and extremely consistent on early round pools. Yeah, just been popping off all tournament. And it actually was a reverse choke. Slider break at the start of the... Well, no, wait, was it? 95%. No, actually, that looks about right. I think that's an FC. I think 95%,
yeah,
840k. Yeah,
it is. Yeah.
Yeah, so very good stuff there from Lespri. I mean, look at all the Bs, and then it's just Lespri on the 95 FC, man. That is very good stuff. Psyche, though, with the A rank Hard Rock, definitely nothing to scoff at. This is for sure the hardest map to ack in the pool. No doubt in my mind. So very impressive stuff from Lespri, and also Psyche on that pretty high accuracy with the Hard Rock.
Yeah, I mean, you look at that result, and when you see that Lespri got like 300,000 score, more than anybody else in the lobby, that is a nuts gap. On V2, that is a massive gap. So it's definitely one of those awesome play moments that Lespri is definitely capable of, and is kind of needed for Thailand to keep these picks in order, as New Zealand opting for Hard Rock 2.
Yeah, Hard Rock 2, so this one's going to be the Flow Aim Hard Rock, and it's pretty much nothing but Flow Aim at a very low BPM as well, 162 BPM. A few cut patterns in here as well, so a little bit of tech, if you would call cut patterns tech, at least I do. So most prominently though, just Flow Aim, and it's a lot of Flow Aim. Obviously stamina is not going to be an issue, so I absolutely think Thailand have a pretty good shot at taking a breakpoint here. If they are going to take a breakpoint, it's got to be on this map, because I think New Zealand followed this pickup with probably a no mod 2, and in my eyes, that's a more convincing pick for New Zealand over this Hard Rock 2, just purely because this is so low BPM. I think Thailand are going to be relatively comfortable in this.
Yeah, I think this definitely is the map that Thailand probably have the best chance on, but they still need to put up a very good score against this New Zealand roster. But yeah, looking at this, a lot of the other aim elements of this map, aside from the flow aim, is just the fact that it's precision. So you've got a CS 6.5 when you apply the Hard Rock, so you're really looking at some incredibly small margin of error on a lot of aim elements. So with flow mixed in as well, it's very nasty, and you can quite easily find a chain miss, which can just absolutely destroy your score and your team's chances of picking up a point. But it looks like most of the rosters have been decided. Minecraft are making an appearance for Thailand here. and Short Potato for New Zealand. Both, I think, appearing for the first time in this match.
Yeah, Minecrafter, I believe, the dedicated Hard Rock player for Thailand, if I'm remembering correctly. Coming in for the Hard Rock 2 here, and Short Potato, actually quite a well-rounded player, but coming in for probably the Hard Rocks this year, and maybe a few other specific sorts of maps. Think maybe sort of that fill player for New Zealand this year. Surprised to not see Buff Corellin for this Hard Rock 2. Definitely a very, very comfortable Hard Rock player, but going to be sitting out on this one. It's going to be Short Potato joined by Zuma, Psyche. It's going up. Going up against Minecrafter, Kadama, Lesbury, and Chests. 3 of the names that we've been seeing a lot today for Thailand. Lesbury, Chests, and Kadama in for, I believe, every map, if not almost every single map. But New Zealand have some very, very good Hard Rock players on something like this. Psyche, we've seen how he's been performing on a lot of the Hard Rock. This is his stuff. This is his bread and butter. And joined by a few players that are definitely no slouch on a skill set like this. Zuma and Short Potato. Definitely quite good on stuff like this, but Short Potato, it's going up, finding misses, traded by Minecrafter and Kadama, 2 FCs to 2.
Yeah, it's the top row of New Zealand versus the bottom row of Thailand. Some interesting stuff. Short Potato actually going to be able to make it through that stream compared to the other 3 who already broke thus far in this match. Going to be making a bit of a score difference here. Psyche going to be finding a miss though. That's a big drop, but with all of Thailand having been reset just now, there is nothing that Thailand can do but watch Zuma zoom away with the score on this one as we get through the first half of the map already.
Yeah, Zuma, I mean, putting on a show here, and they are going to see the scores. They're going to see how far in the lead they are. 400k already at the halfway point. So Zuma is just going to run with this. The further he holds, the bigger this gap's going to get. And unfortunately for Thailand this time round, Lesbury unable to put on the carry pants. I mean, can't be expected of him every single map. This time, unfortunately, finding an early miss, and it's gonna give quite a favorable lead for New Zealand as Zuma continues to hold. Yeah, it's just, this one is already done and over. Short Potato found a reset, but it just doesn't matter. I mean, Zuma's just got the only considerable combo in the entire lobby as we're already into the final 8th of the map. He finally finds a miss at the end. This lead is already way too big for Thailand to make any sort of resurgence. And yeah, a pretty good pick here from New Zealand, actually.
Yeah, solid stuff from New Zealand. Zuma's definitely going to be very, very chuffed with that score. It was an interesting tactic, I think, with New Zealand to force kind of Les Perry on the Hard Rock. Les Perry hasn't picked it up at all during this match throughout the free mods. So I think it was a bit of a tactical pick, kind of assessing the Thailand weakness, really, on the Hard Rock. Whereas I think New Zealand, they've got a bit more depth with their roster. They can afford to go into a Hard Rock pick. But like you said, it was the map that, with a good performance from Thailand, they could have flipped, but it's just not to be. They're going to need a 4th pick here.
Yeah. And Kadama's struggling quite a lot on that map. I do wonder if that was the case of him just not being comfortable on it whatsoever. And in that case, I'm wondering maybe why someone else wasn't in, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if there was some sort of issue there he had while playing it in terms of the setup or something along the lines, but definitely not looking comfortable at all. I mean, 180k on that. It's definitely, if they had a 4th really strong supporting score or decent supporting score, it definitely could have been a lot closer. But a good pick from New Zealand nonetheless. They pull it in over the line, and I think they're going to follow things up with a No Mod 2 next. But first, we get to Thailand's next pick, and it's actually going to be the Yorishika map. Absolute banger, very well-known song in Osu. And yeah, I mean, if this goes... I mean, I think this is as close as you get to, like, the hidden one. But it's just more generic, right? Like, this is just very, very generic aim. This is definitely the most simple and generic map in the pool. And if there was any moment for New Zealand to find a breakpoint, it is absolutely going to be on this.
Yeah, we've seen already that New Zealand aren't afraid of overmodding. Thailand definitely. I think they've overmodded both of their last free mod picks. So there's a chance they go into this to try and put a bit of pressure on New Zealand. Maybe try and force a 3rd overmod. But yeah, you see Minecrafter come in for probably at least one hard rock. I imagine Les Perry's going to stick to no mod as they have been throughout this match. You know, try and guarantee an FC. But whether Depi Force or Kadama decide to overmod and maybe they put on an extra hard rock, maybe they both go hidden. It's hard to say.
Yeah, I could definitely see Depi and Kadama both taking hidden, but I think at the very least, I think Depi's probably going to be the one on the hidden. He's kind of like that tech alt hidden player for the team, so would expect it. I mean, either way, he can play no mod too, so. But yeah, obviously for New Zealand, Psyche, of course, is going to be on the hard rock. Aussie, of course, is going to be on the hidden, and then the question is, like you said, whether or not are we going to see an overmod possibly from Zuma or Kyujin here? I definitely expect Kyujin on the no mod. Will Zuma take a hidden though as well? Maybe. Will he take a hard rock? I'm not sure. But yeah, I mean, the overmod is in question here on a 4-minute near 7-star aim map. I'm not sure how much overmodding we're going to see. It is AR9, which is something worth mentioning. So if players aren't comfortable on that lower AR, and we did see it there for a brief moment, was it Zuma on the hidden hard rock? Yes, it was. So it is going to be a hard rock overmod for New Zealand, as well as a hidden overmod, I suppose. But I don't chalk that up to anything other than just probably comfort from Zuma. Some players love playing hidden with hard rock, so yeah.
Yeah, and the other thing as well is that coming off the hard rock 2 pick, putting the hard rock on, you know, allows for good adjustment to this kind of map. Zuma's probably just put the hidden on for comfort. But Les Perry on the hard rock's a bit of a surprise. I was definitely expecting maybe Depi Force.
Minecraft has stepped out.
Yeah, Minecraft has stepped out. That was the difference. Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, early break for Aussie here on the hidden, which isn't too bad. They've still got the no mod up for New Zealand. That's the main thing.
Yeah, so it's a little bit scary. Minecraft is stepping out, who was definitely going to be the hard rock player. Chests coming in for the no mod, and Lesprey now having to pick up the hard rock. So we'll have to see if it pays off. The map, I mean, it definitely becomes harder with hard rock. And we know for a player like Lesprey as well, he's not going to have an issue reading AR9. So we'll have to see if it works out for them, as Thailand do hold on to the 4-way into the first Ki. New Zealand holding on to 3 FCs. Aussie trying to build up that recovery combo. Is going to give the lead ever so slightly towards New Zealand, as not everyone gets through the stream. Chests finds a miss. Aussie finds another miss shortly after. Kadama as well. And that is going to favor New Zealand now as we move towards the second quarter of the map. Zuma finds a break on that last jump, I think, at the end of the Ki. And that is a huge miss. Thailand now going to even things out here. 2 FCs to 2. And with that miss from Aussie, it's slightly going to favor Thailand.
Yeah, New Zealand only got the 1 mod and the no mod, whereas 2 of the mods for Thailand are holding on to those full combos. So it's in their favor right now, but like you said, we're not even halfway through this map yet, and it's neck and neck. But Thailand, they need this in order to force a tiebreaker situation. But New Zealand, they have already shown in this map potential to get the flip. If a mistake comes in from the Thailand squad, but going into the second Ki, everything looking good.
It's very important that Thailand close this one out and they take this pick, because I don't have high hopes for them on this no mod 2. Not because they can't play it, I just think New Zealand are going to have a much better roster, and I think that's what they're going to pick next. But Aussie unable to hold much of a combo, which is going to favor Thailand as we move forward in this map. The double FC still intact. Oh no, not double FC, sorry, excuse me. Depi on a near FC though. Lesprey on the Soul FC with Hard Rock. Oh no, he is on an FC. That's just that's the score difference. That's just the score difference from the accuracy. There you go. Huge accuracy from Lesprey on the Hard Rock. Very, very good stuff from him. And 2 big recovery combos from Kadama and Chests. It's just Psyche and Kyujin with the FCs. Zuma as well. It's almost mirrored on both sides. It's just Aussie, who's just not got any combo right now. That's going to give Thailand the lead, and they're going to continue to take the lead further and further.
Yeah, no one getting caught out by that slow slider, which I know it wasn't in the high BPM version of the map, but it's a little disappointing. I was like to see him get caught out by something like that, but no, not today, not today. But yeah, we're in this kind of slow section. We're waiting for the final Ki to hit. Oh, again.
Not again, not again.
Put 2 in here and nobody got caught out.
Aussie unable to really hold much of a combo. Kyujin, yeah, that's a big
very
break.
though.
Lespri finds a big chain miss as well on the Hard Rock. Wait a second. There is still room here for New Zealand. It's only 200k, but we are getting into about the final 8th of the map. And if Deppy keeps holding onto this FC, it's probably going to be over. Psyche misses, that's going to do it. That is going to seal it. It's only Zuma on the hidden Hard Rock with the 900 combo. Deppy Force putting in a big score for Thailand right now. Kadama as well on the come up. Chests on the big recovery too. Very, very good average score here from Thailand. And Deppy Force putting on the performance for Thailand. Lespri, for once, not being the star of the show. Deppy Force, big FC from him on the hidden there on AR9. Very good stuff on a 4-minute map.
Yeah, some solid stuff from the New Zealand roster. They are... Sorry, for the Thailand roster. Sorry, I was a million miles away there. Yeah, good stuff from them. Deppy Force coming in with the perfect FC as well. Tip your hat to them. They have made it to the tiebreaker. It's now on the shoulders of New Zealand to replicate it and send us there. There's a couple of picks New Zealand can go with. I mean, there's still that DT1 up if they're feeling brave. But I think, yeah, Nomad 2 is also a potential.
Yeah, I mean, they've got DT1 is still a decent choice. Hard Rock 1 isn't a bad choice. I believe they took quite a convincing win over Thailand in the qualifiers, Hard Rock 1, and they also won the Hard Rock 2, so Hard Rock 1's not a bad option either, but I mean, yeah, if it was just generic aim, I would say otherwise. Thailand have kind of been winning on generic aim this match, especially on that free mod 2, as we just saw. But it's a little bit more techy, this Hard Rock 1. I do think it's a decent pick for them, but I'm expecting this no mod 2. I mean, it's kind of tech streams. I don't think New Zealand are bad at tech by any means, and they're very good at streams. I think the no mod 2 is the safest option for them. Thailand is still going to be able to play it for sure, but I think that is probably New Zealand's best pick going forward. We'll have to see if they think otherwise or if they know something I don't, as they seem to be considering what they want to go for here. But yeah, I mean, we're absolutely expecting probably DT1, Hard Rock 1 or No Mod 2. And it's going to be DT1, actually. They're going to go for DT1.
Yeah, I was having to think about this, and when I was looking back over the maps in my notes, you've got a lot of slider control on No Mod 2. And I think that has pushed New Zealand away from it. The slider control. If you have a bad day, your score's just over. And I don't think they want to take that chance. I think they'd rather push Thailand to try and find a fourth player for this DT1. Which, it's still quite a tough map. With some of the bursts in this kind of a speedier map.
Yeah, this is kind of just a lot of aim at 270 BPM, I believe. It's like a really high BPM, I believe.
Yeah, so, 270. I think.
Yeah, 270 BPM. So this is kind of just a lot of aim at high BPM. I do think New Zealand. I mean, I expect them to be favored on this. However. Thailand, interestingly, are going to have Master coming in for their first map, as well as Freeze, but Master specifically, funny enough, so this guy has only played DT1 this entire tournament. Last week, only coming in for DT1. Qualifiers on both qualifier runs, only coming in for DT1, and on one of the runs FCing, and if memory serves me correctly, on the other run getting like a pretty good score as well. So Master, kind of like the dedicated DT1 player for Thailand, coming in slot 1, which is pretty funny. So here he is in slot 1, ready to go, raring to go, waiting for this DT1 pick. Probably just been farming the whole time, like just warming up on farm. But Freeze as well, coming in for Thailand, a player as well. We haven't seen this match. Also, I believe, pretty good on this sort of aim and DT aim stuff. Of course, followed by Lespri and Kadama. Actually not going to have some of the other players in here for Thailand. Going to be swapping a few of the ones we've been seeing all match out. And, New Zealand, they're going to have Zuma, Buff Corral, Psyche, and Kyujin. Buff Corral coming in for a map. Haven't seen him in a little while. And yeah, early on, Freeze finding a miss. But yeah, I think this is probably going to be a pretty close one. I absolutely don't think Thailand are bad on a DT1 like this. There is not much tapping.
The slow slider for Kadama.
Yeah, there it is.
I knew one of them was getting caught out today. But yes, both teams, they have the potential to put up really good scores. I think the lowest score between these two teams was 3.5 million on DT1 last week. So if it's anything like last week, we're in for some incredible performances here. But then again, saying that, New Zealand went with a nearly 4-way FC for 4.2 million last week. And they are not slowing down as Kadama finds another reset alongside Master.
Master, the DT1 guy. Finding a slider break, I believe, there. And that is unfortunate for Thailand. As Thailand only hold on to the 1FC from Lesbury. New Zealand is still with a 4-way as we're into the second third of the map. And if you're hoping for a TB, well, it's looking pretty good right now as New Zealand are kind of stomping. As this one's looking extremely one-sided as Lesbury finds the miss. It's just Freeze for Thailand in for their first map and putting up a pretty good combo so far. But, I mean, what do you do against this New Zealand 4-way as we're almost halfway through the map and they are just tearing this map up?
Yeah, for sure. They are absolutely going crazy right now. Halfway through the map, not a single drop for New Zealand, and they can see it in this break section. They know they are storming ahead right now. And I think Thailand are beginning to see the issues. There was a break from Les Perry just before the break as well, so he's got like no combo going into this section. You've still got a good recovering combo from Freeze and Master, but there's just nothing else. I mean, what are you going to do? You're 700k down with a quarter of the map left. Unless New Zealand explode right now, I really don't see any way back in, even with that break from Buff Corral.
Yeah, it's just already too far gone. Freeze is putting up a phenomenal performance, but I mean, look at this 3-way FC from New Zealand. Definitely will be one of the top scores of the week, I think, on this DT1. Maybe not with that miss from Kyujin, actually. And Psyche, never mind. I've never mind. They've all just missed. They all exploded, Tamash. Are you happy? You got exactly what you wanted.
Okay, they exploded, but I didn't think it actually happened, okay? They were holding 4 FCs. How did I know they were going to come out with 0? What did Psyche just miss on? What did he just miss on?
No 4 mil. And they missed the 4 mil, I think, barely. Wait, did they spin it?
They spin
the 4
They
mil.
spun it.
That's a long spinner. That's a really long spinner.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm sorry. Alright, no way. That's on me. That's on me. We got a tiebreaker. What more do you want? Take us through the tiebreaker, Mavs, while I just sit in the corner.
Well, interestingly, this happened last week, and I'm actually ecstatic that I get to cast another tiebreaker because I got the joy of casting Italy-New Zealand tiebreaker last week. I do not look at the tiebreakers when looking at the map pool showcases. I love casting these while seeing them for the first time. So Damash, if you would like to take us away with it, because I don't really know what I think I know this is like aim consistency. That is about as much as I know. But I love to see these maps for the first time in a tiebreaker scenario while casting. So here I am again for the second time this OWC. Lucky me, I am hitting the jackpot with these matches.
Yeah, so we've got an interesting tiebreaker for you. It's a very much, like you said, aim consistency. It's 6 minutes long, which is the nasty part. It goes up as high as 215 BPM, but it's quite variable in the 55s. It's got quite a slow section to build us up, and then once we hit into it, it's quite fast. It's a very kind of like a multi-skill set type of map, which is what you expect from a tiebreaker. There isn't a particular theme for this, but I think both teams have got very good rosters for this. You know Les Perry's going to be coming in for this, and you're expecting Thailand to rely on maybe even a Les Perry FC. I don't know whether anybody's capable of FCing this map right now. I think a lot of players have the potential. I think Kadama could definitely do it. I think Saikyu, Zuma, Kyujin could also do it. But I think it's gonna come down to the supporting combos on this. you're looking for multiple players to get at least 1,000 on the side of New Zealand. So I don't want to be doom and gloom for Thailand. I really want them to carry, but I think it's New Zealand's map to lose. That's my honest belief.
Yeah. I mean, the only comparison I could draw from this match, not seeing the map myself, was Thailand did win the free mod 2, which was just raw aim consistency. They won the hidden one, albeit it was 10k, so that kind of goes out the window. It doesn't really matter. And at the end of the day, I mean, you guys were talking about this on the podcast last night. This one is kind of just, you could flip a coin and whatever it lands on is as good of a decision as any other. I actually think this is like a 55-45 scenario, possibly even closer. I don't know who I favor. I think New Zealand are going to have the better average scores. However, it's whether or not Thailand can have another big performance from L'Esprit, and that is the one I'm going to be looking at for this tiebreaker. 6 minutes long, 215 BPM, 7.17 stars. Here we go. Reminder that the loser of this match is out of the World Cup. So,
it's all to play for.
Cheer big. Yeah, it is all to play for. Cheer big, cheer for your team. Here it is. It could possibly be the last time we're seeing one of these teams. Well, it will be the last time we're seeing one of these teams in the OS World Cup 2023. And here we go. The last map of the match here. And 2 hiddens for Thailand.
Yeah, there's nothing like a very slow intro to kind of build up the hype, build up the nerves. And we're starting to hit the kicker now. And no early breaks, so that's never mind. Kyujin does go down. I'm terrified to say anything else now. As we go into the rest of this, a long way to go, though an early miss isn't too detrimental to your team. But it's definitely going to help Thailand on this narrative of theirs. They have been a bit of the underdog team. They've had to have some very good performances to keep them in this. And like you said, they're going to need another one. They're going to need something else to bring this home. But at the moment, they have the lead, and that's important.
Yeah, I mean, you come into the World Cup as seed number 30. Thailand is seed number 30, may I remind everybody. And you're not expected to win a match. You're expected to go out 0-2. That's just how it is as like a low seed. But I mean, Thailand, they've brought it to the TB. And if you've got any chance to do it, it is going to be right now, as they will maintain the lead. Moving into, never mind, more slow sections. I got a little bit debated there. I thought that was gonna about to go off. It sounded like it was, and then it just calmed down a bit. But this song is great. This is fantastic.
Yeah, this is a really, really nice map to have a tiebreaker on. But now we hit it. Yeah, now we hit the first ki. We're looking for any drops. I failed to mention as well that both Kadama and Depi Force are putting on Hidden for comfort. Kyujin going to be finding a break again. So New Zealand kind of running with that 3-man. But look at this 4-man in the first third of the map. Nothing to report from Thailand because they are just FCing right now.
Yeah, and I mean, this is 6 minutes long. We're already about 2.5 minutes through, and Thailand's still holding onto this 4-way. It's only Kyujin to find the miss. Everyone's still going with the FC, and yeah, like you said, the comfort mods from Kadama and Depi here are also going to lengthen that score lead. Is there going to be a break here? Are players going to see the scores? They are. And now it's all game, and now the players know what is on the line. Thailand are still with the 4-way. They know that if they find a drop, they will open the door for New Zealand, and New Zealand know if they find a drop, it's just one step closer to being already over. Oh my god, these buzz sliders are terrifying, Dimash. Someone's going to slide a break. Someone is going to slide a break right here. Bancho, don't do this, please. Someone is slider breaking.
Oh, do not tell me someone just disconnected. Tell me it's a Bancho, please.
No.
Please. Oh, please, I'm terrified now. Because if someone's DC, that's it.
Oh no.
Depi no.
Please don't tell me Depi is DC.
Not like this. It can't be. They were so close, Thailand. I mean, they're in the lead right now, but that'll be the only score that they get.
Oh no. No, I pray. Okay. So, I mean, there obviously still is a possibility he DC'd from the lobby and is still playing disconnected, right? Still gets the score and submits the score is still a possibility, I believe.
There is a chance, but you can see the score being pulled across. We won't know, actually, until the end, because Force will have no way of telling us whether he's disconnected or not. I'm getting nothing from the referees in terms of what's happened. I don't see anything on the MP either, so there is a chance. There is a chance we just see at the end. But at the moment...
it may not matter.
I know.
Yeah, it may not matter as Psyche misses. Oh, wait a second! That is tragedy!
Oh, it's Zuma out on their own against Chest. It's still very, very close right now, but Thailand have got no supporting combo. Kyujin is starting to... Never mind, he's gone again. It is Chest versus Zuma in a 3v4 situation for Thailand. Kadama going to be finding another reset. This second half of the map is awful in comparison to the first. But what can you do? It's tragedy for Thailand at the moment. Until we get an official result, we are in the dark just as much as you guys are. But at the moment, it looks like a New Zealand victory is just upon the horizon. Double breaks there for New Zealand. Les Perry trying to build up something, but Zuma is holding for New Zealand right now. But it can all change in a matter of seconds.
There is still a chance here for Thailand. I believe, if math is serving me correctly, that 264,000 from Force is being contributed to that total score from Thailand.
Yeah.
If Zuma finds a miss, Chests could pull this back over the line. We're just going to have to go with what we've got here and assume... Wait, Force is back! What? He's back! He's playing the map 3 minutes in the past! Oh my god, he's reversed. Alright. It's just Chests on the FC up against Zuma, but we're going to go ahead and assume Deppy probably does enough to pull it over the line for Thailand. And yeah, he will. I think that's it. Thailand have taken the lead. We're in the final stretch of the map. Zuma still has the FC, but there's no other combo for New Zealand as Lesbury and Kadama pull up some recoveries. Chests still has the FC. Deppy, 2.5 minutes in the past, has 1100 combo. So it's going to be enough, I think, for Thailand to take it. Yeah, I think it will be. There it is.
Oh,
Thailand are going to be your victors of the lower bracket matchup up against the seed number 19 in New Zealand. Thailand at seed 30 take the victory after a emotional roller coaster with Deppy Force's internet dying mid-song, it seems. That is
I can tell you, I won't let you hold off because the client might cut us off. But Deppy Force, this score you're seeing in front of you right now, he full combos.
No way.
With 1,017,223 score. He top scored the map from what looked like an unbelievable situation.
There it is. I mean, what else do you expect from the guy? He was putting up some phenomenal performances this match as well as last weekend. Very good stuff from Deppy Force. I mean, 2 FCs there from Thailand. It's a shame we didn't get to see it happen live, but you know, these things happen. Lost the internet midway through, but you know, at least tragedy didn't strike. I would have felt terrible if Thailand barely lost that with the DC. That would have been heartbreaking for them.
I know, wouldn't it have just been awful, but they were the stronger team on the tiebreaker. Unbelievably, a massive upset has happened in the round of 16 to kick off the Saturday. There is just no better way to kick off the round of 16 properly than with a massive upset like that. But commiserations to New Zealand. They do fall in the round of 16. So they will hopefully be back next year, but Thailand will continue on in the losers bracket. As you can see, up next, Taiwan versus Sweden will be our next matchup, coming up in about an... I think that's wrong, isn't it? I think that's... Yeah, that's
it's in 2
wrong.
hours. It's in
2 hours.
2 hours. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's at 13 UTC, which is in an hour and 56 minutes time. That may be why the client here is showing 1 hour. But regardless, yes, congratulations to Thailand, commiserations to New Zealand, as you mentioned. Thailand will be moving on in the lower bracket to verse the loser of the United Kingdom and Ukraine, which, I mean, a lot of people might be thinking, you know, oh, they're definitely just going to be versing Ukraine, but, I mean, if anyone saw what Ukraine did last week to, I believe, was it Indonesia? Yeah, that was that was an incredible performance from Ukraine. So I'm very excited to watch that match, and I'm sure Thailand will be as well, to see who they're going to be facing in the lower bracket next week. But yes, make sure you come back here in about 2 hours' time for Taiwan versus Sweden, followed by a pretty big block of some great matchups. We've got South Korea, China, Spain, Norway, Netherlands, Finland, Argentina, France, Germany, Canada as well, coming up at 18 UTC. Germany, Canada in the round of 16, Dimash. That is pretty ridiculous, but that is going to do it for us here for this cast. Make sure you're back here in 2 hours for Taiwan versus Sweden. I've been Mabs, and this has been Dimash. Thank you very much, and we will catch you guys next time.